Shalom. Before I begin, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Ruach Wadash. I'd like to say double honors to my teachers, the head apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that teach well. And also shalom and salutations to the fellow brethren and fellow laborers that are laboring in this work as well. So I'm back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem El Shai with another lesson. And this lesson that I'm going to be getting into is going to be basically going into faith, because faith is it's an attribute that's needed, for you to be to approach Yahweh Shai. You need to have that attribute to be accepted of him, the attribute of faith. You see, and I'm just going to go into a couple examples in the scriptures that show a great deal of faith, man. But before I grab that, let me jump here to the book of Romans 15 and verse 4, and it reads, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope." You see, so these different accounts that were written of old, our forefathers, man, those were written for us in this lifetime to comfort us, as well as for our learning. We can learn from the mistakes they made, or we can even learn from the great deal of faith they had in the Lord, man, the trust they had in the Lord to apply in this lifetime, man, to give us hope. You see? So let's jump here to the book of Genesis, the 13th chapter, because Abraham, he is a great example of faith, man. You see? And I'm going to get two accounts proving this, man. You see? So let's get this Genesis 13 and verse 7, and it reads, "And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle," because this was before his name was changed. You see? It says, "And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzites dwelled then in the land. And Abraham said unto Lot, Let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren." So this is basically just to set the stage. Abraham and Lot are they're dwelling together, you see, and they had such great substance to the point where they couldn't be in the same land, so to speak, man. You see, because the land couldn't hold both of them, and that's what this is going into, and that proves that our forefathers were rich, man. It's not what was portrayed today as they had, they look ruddy, not ruddy, but they look unpleasant, like poor. But these were actually men that owned kingdoms, slaves, and servants, man. They had silver in abundance, gold in abundance. They were rich. Basically to parallel that with modern terms, they would be living in mansions. In today's modern day, man. You see, so verse 9 says, "Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right. Or if thou depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left." So Abraham told Lot, man, look at all this land. You see, wherever you go, I'll go the opposite. You see? So Abraham understood and knew that wherever he went, the Lord was going to be with him. You see? And that's a great deal of faith, That's heavy faith, man. Because he said no matter what happened, Abraham knew that it was all the will of Yahweh Bashim al-Shai, and that the Lord was going to be with him regardless of what he did, man. You see? Verse 10, and it reads, "And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zorah." Then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves, the one from the other. So Abraham basically gave Lot the first choice, you know, and Lot basically chose the best, so to speak, best plot of land, because it says it was well watered there, you know, and a place that's well watered is well nurtured. It has a lot of, it's fertile, so to speak. You see, but the point being is that Abraham, he believed that he had faith to the point where he believed that no matter what he did, the Lord was gonna be with him. You know. So let's jump here to the book of Genesis, chapter 22 and verse 1, and it reads another example showing Abraham's faith, man. You see, and it came to pass after these things that the Most High did tempt Abraham, and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here I am. And he said, Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. So the Lord basically told Abraham to offer and sacrifice his only son, man, which that was his only legitimate son, because we understand that he had a son by Hagar, the handmaid, which was Ishmael. You see, but Sarah, which was his wife, she later on bared Isaac. You see, her one and only son. You see, and the Lord asked Abraham to basically sacrifice his only son, man. You know, let's see what Abraham did. Verse 3, and Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took two of his young men with him and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went onto the place of which the Most High had told him. So Abraham basically just jumped up and did whatever the Lord told him to do. As soon as he woke up, man. You see? And I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but continuing on, Abraham basically went to almost sacrificing his only son, man, without no questions. You see, without any hesitation. You see, and this pleased the Lord, man. You see, this pleased Yahweh Bashim Mashai, how that Abraham had faith in the Lord, that the Lord would raise up his son. You know, if not that, the Lord will get him another son, man. You see? But he didn't buck up or question the will of Yahweh Bashim Mashai. You see? So let's jump here to the book of Hebrews, chapter 11. And I'm going to start at verse 1. And it reads, Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You know, and we are in the stead. We have to have or increase our faith. You know, because each and every one of us, we have a faith, and every brother has his measure. But it's, you know, we have to turn that up a notch, man, so to speak. You see, because the times that we're coming into, you know, it's gonna require a great deal of faith. You know, we're actually gonna triumph by faith. You see, and what do we have hope in? Hope that we will be delivered. You see? From the nuclear destruction. So let me read this again. Hebrews 11 and verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You see? So I'm pretty much gonna end it there, you know. Hoping that this lesson was edifying, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. You know, I'm going to close off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Kudash. Once again, double honors to my teachers, you know, the men that taught me this truth, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that teach well, and also shalom and salutations to the fellow brethren and fellow laborers that are laboring in this work as well. Until next time, shalom.